Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rob here from RD Tech. I'm actually on my way to my buddy's house. We'll see if he wants to be in the video later, but we're going to build a computer today. And this is going to be not quite a how-to, not quite a build log, somewhere in between. I just want to show y'all what we did with his budget-oriented system. Hopefully y'all enjoy. Alright, so I'm here at my buddy's house. Ryan, you want to be on camera?
No.
No? Alright. Doesn't want to be on camera, that's fine. We don't have to do that for this video. These are all the parts we're going to be assembling today. First off, for the processor, we got the Skylake Core i5-6400. It's a great unlocked processor. Sorry, locked processor, but you know, it'll do the job. It's just going to be gaming at 1080p. He also has the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 1060 3GB version. It's a great little card. 8 gigabytes of Crucial RAM. DDR4, I think, yeah, it's 2133. For the power supply, we have the EVGA 550 G2 gold rated power supply. It's a good power supply for the price. Got a copy of Windows 10 64-bit. Have a 1 terabyte 7200 RPM hard drive. For the case, we have the Fractal Design S, or Fractal Design Define S. I've already built one computer in this case, and it's really awesome. I like it a lot. And we also have, for the motherboard, the H170 Pro 4 from ASRock. I haven't used this motherboard before, but we'll see how it works. So we just set up the motherboard with the CPU, power supply, the RAM, and we're just seeing if it posts right now. We had to short out those two little pins right there. Okay, that to me looks like a post. Can't really see it, but everything works, so that's good. Alright, moving on. We have the case. We haven't installed the motherboard standoffs yet, but we're getting to that. We've just removed these PCI Express slot covers. And right now we're about to do a very important thing. We're going to install the I/O shield first before we even worry about the motherboard. That way we get it out of the way and we don't have to worry about taking everything apart later. So there it is. You just want to match this up with your motherboard. So that's where you can read it. There's sometimes there's cool designs on here, sometimes there's not. So just make sure that's how you want to orient it. Yep, that matches up all the I/O on the motherboard. So what you're going to do, you're going to take this, you see that hole down there? You're just going to push that in until it clicks. Your hand's going to be on camera, I'm sorry.
Should I hold it like this? Or?
It doesn't matter because it's going to just kind of slide it in there. You can touch all that as much as you want. So now push hard on all four corners. You're not going to break it, don't worry about it. See, so that snaps, you want to get that snap everywhere. Not fitting. So we'll get this installed. I've never actually used this. Right now we have the motherboard slotted in. We used the pre-installed standoff right there to line it up, make sure it's all good. So now we're going to start screwing in the motherboard screws. Alright, so right now we have the motherboard slotted in. We used the pre-installed standoff right there to line it up, make sure it's all good. So now we're going to start screwing in the motherboard screws. What we have done since we last saw you is we installed the power supply. We installed the motherboard in the case. We've connected all the fans. Connected all the front panel connectors down there. That's always a lot of fun. Plugged in the motherboard 24 pin. We also plugged in the CPU 8 pin power. Plugged in the SATA data and the SATA power for the hard drive back there. Made sure we plugged in the USB 3.0 header. And all that's left is to install the good old graphics card. Alright. Here it is. This is the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 1060 3GB model. It's a nice little card, and hopefully we get a lot of performance out of it, especially at 1080p, which is what it is. Sadly, there's no... Oh, it has a backplate. That's nice. I wasn't expecting that on a 1060. So yeah, it's got a nice backplate. Good cooling system directly above the GPU. 6-pin power, 2 fans. Should have adequate performance. This has a DVI DVI connector, DVI-D, 2 DVI-D connectors, 1 HDMI, and 1 DisplayPort connector. So yeah, let's get this baby installed. After a little bit of trial and error, we discovered that this PCIe slot does not directly line up with these, so we had to unscrew this bottom one. I just moved it up top here. Now, hopefully, it'll go in. We'll try this again. Alright, on take 2, it fits. So now what we're going to do is we're going to secure it using those thumb screws we pulled off of the case before. You always want to make sure you secure those just so you don't get any unneeded GPU sagging and so your GPU just doesn't randomly fall out. Because this motherboard doesn't actually have the little latches down here on the PCIe Express slots. So we're just going to take these 2 thumb screws and screw them in right there. Everything is assembled, everything is all plugged in as far as I know, but we left the side panels off just in case we have to tweak anything. The monitor is plugged in, the power is plugged in, we're just going to see if it posts now. Alright, Ryan, go ahead, moment of truth time, go ahead and press this power button up here once you get your monitor turned on.
Plugged in.
Alright, well, it just turns on for moment of truth. And it doesn't, because the power supply is off. There it is, okay. So everything turns off, everything's spinning up. You hear the hard drive in the background. Graphics card isn't spinning up because, well, it's not plugged into anything. Cool. After a little bit of troubleshooting, we fixed it and it posted. Cool. So now that's all that's left is to run to Best Buy real quick, get a 4 gig USB flash drive, put a Windows ISO on his other computer, and then we will get Windows installed on this bad boy. And we'll walk you through that. It's not too hard. It's really self-explanatory. But yeah, off to Best Buy. Just ran to Best Buy and grabbed this little 16 gigabyte PNY flash drive for like $6. So that's more than enough to install a Windows 10 ISO. Let's get back to his house and get Windows installed. After a bunch of running around, we finally got a Windows 10 ISO that works. So we're just going to run through the setup really quick. Language English, yeah, that's fine. Keyboard input method US, next. Install now. This, if you've never done this process before, it's super easy to do. It's just clicking through a bunch of menus and disabling certain telemetry things if you don't know. This is a product key activation, so we're going to go ahead and enter that, and we'll see you once we're booted into Windows. Now we're in Windows. We're downloading drivers, NVIDIA GeForce Experience, just for the handy dandy shadow play overlay, and then we're also on Ninite.com, which is super useful for downloading all your apps in one go. I'll link it down in the description below. So yeah, that wraps it up for this build. This build was what, just under $900?
No.
Something like that, $800. I'll link the PC part picker for it in the description. And yeah, that wraps up the actual build part. Back in the truck, that's all done. Now time to head home, grab some food on the way probably. I'm really hungry, haven't eaten yet, and start editing this video. So hopefully it'll be up tonight.